Hey everyone, today on Son of a Binge, we have one of the best, Troian Bellisario. You may know her from an iconic show called Pretty Little Liars, and now she's starring in Dick Wolf's new show, On Call. Troian, welcome. It's so great to see you again.
It's so great to see you. I just want to say to everybody who's listening to this podcast, you are really missing out on the most beautiful red shirt right now. It is just stunning. And so you can imagine it, but I'm getting to appreciate it
You're
solo.
getting to see it. Well, maybe we'll put some kind of video out, let the people
Okay, I
see
appreciate that. I like it.
and let them see you. So I have to say, this show is a big departure from Pretty Little Liars. And
Yeah,
I have to be honest, Spencer would probably be very disappointed you're working with the police, but we'll
I
move
know.
on from that. I mean,
Oh, she'd be so disappointed. But it was really, really great because we used to, on PLL, we used to joke
yeah,
because Toby became a police officer,
yeah.
and we used to call him Ossifer Toby. And so it was when the pictures of me came out, Keegan texted me and he was like, Ossifer Spencer.
There
So it
it
was
is.
sweet.
Oh, I love that. So tell me what drew you to this project.
I mean, really, it was just an incredible opportunity that came along at the right time. It was, I had come off of Pretty Little Liars, in which I was mostly playing a high schooler. I was always playing somebody younger than myself.
Yeah.
And then I came off of that show. I got to get married. I got to have two beautiful girls.
Yeah.
Um, and I got to kind of become a woman in my 30s who was a mother and as a wife and that when it came to opportunities that were being presented to me, I think they were still a little bit stuck in Pretty Little Liars, because I couldn't go out for roles that young anymore and I wasn't really interested. I was like, I want to say something different now. I'm a different person. I'm a more evolved person. I'm an older person. I have different values even now. So when this show came along, it was just a really incredible opportunity because there was a woman who, in fact, was older than me, who had a career of 12 years, who, has all of this incredible life and on the job experience. And so to get to step into her shoes was just an incredible opportunity. There was no way if they were going to let me do it, there was no way I
Yeah.
was going to say
It
no.
was amazing. It's so funny how everyone plays like characters 20 years younger. Like if you went
I
back to
know.
the Pretty Little Liars world, they'd probably make you like a college counselor or a college student. I mean,
Totally.
but
Totally.
if you had to describe this show in 30 seconds or less, not to put pressure on you,
Yeah.
like how would you tell someone what this is about?
I would say it's completely gripping. It's super fast paced. From the minute you start, it is relentless and it doesn't let you go.
Yeah.
I think what's super exciting about this show is, audiences are evolving. Streamers took what network television was doing and brought it into a new era of we're going to take you away from the traditional procedural. We're going to interest you more and offer you more from characters because
Yep.
in television you can be with characters in a more long format, long time
Great. Yeah.
format. And then additionally, now this new generation is mostly on social media. They're mostly on TikTok. And so their experience of life is through a cell phone.
Yeah.
And if their experience of police is through somebody on the scene filming, or it's through
Exactly.
body cam. And
Yep.
so it's really amazing what the show is doing because it's saying, okay, so here's like, you think it might be a typical cop procedural. It's
Yeah.
actually not a procedural. It's a character-driven show. And we're going to include these real cinema verite style body cam, dash cam to really bring you into the first person experience
Yep.
of Diaz and Harmon. And I
Yeah.
just think that that's entirely fresh and original.
Yeah. And you and Brandon have such great chemistry together. You're like very
Thanks.
engaging to watch. So, because this is part of the Dick Wolf zeitgeist, did you watch any of his other shows in preparation for this, like all of Law and Order SVU, or have you always been a longtime viewer?
I mean, I've always been a longtime viewer. You know what I mean? It's Dick
Yeah.
Wolf. You don't have to like, you don't have to like make a conscious decision. I grew up on SVU.
I
Like,
know
what
we
are you
were like
talking
binging Law
about?
and Order all the time. And I'm like,
Yeah, it's just like it was on. You know what I mean? It didn't matter where you were in the house. You were hearing like dun dun.
dun
It's
dun.
like,
I was
yeah,
hoping you'd do that. Thank you
of
for doing
course. Like so when I got to join this universe, this
that.
legacy, it really just felt like such an honor to be a part of, really incredibly historical shows.
Yeah. So who was the inspo for your character? Did you pull from other television characters? Maybe Mariska's character? I don't know.
That's a really great question. I mean, obviously, I think Mariska is she's such an icon. Like, how could you not?
Yes.
You know, God, there were a lot of things that I pulled from. Obviously, we were really fortunate in that we got to interview and go on ride-alongs with police officers, whether they were present, current police officers or they were retired. There was an incredible woman who Tim told me he kind of loosely based my character on, and she was so kind and sat down with me and told me story after story after story. Being out in the field on an actual ride along was incredible because I got to see not only what life was like on a day-to-day, minute-to-minute experience for the police officer, but
Yep.
particularly how they interacted with the community, how community members in Long Beach treated them, how they asked them for help, how they didn't, how they resisted them. Like it was, this like amorphous kind of living relationship between an officer and the community they serve.
Yeah.
That was really fascinating. And then I would say, I think I couldn't help but be inspired by really incredible performances of women in service positions, like whether it was Kate Winslet in Mare of Easttown
Yeah.
or
Oh, I
Emily
love that
Blunt in
show.
Sicario. I think I probably watched Sicario like 7 times. I would have watched it 7 times anyways. I love that movie. But yeah, anything like that where it's, yep.
Yeah. So, you get to pick anyone in the world to ride along with Officer Harmon. Which person would be riding with you?
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Anybody in the world to be
Anybody
riding.
in the world, maybe even dead or alive. Let's bring back some people.
Wow.
So thank you.
Riding along with me like they're my trainee or riding along like they're in the back.
Oh, that's a great question. I like how you turned that. Maybe your trainee.
Okay. Because I was like, if we're going in the back, like, I don't know,
There's a
man. Let's
lot. I
let's
know.
talk Al Capone. Let's go Tony Soprano. Like, let's shoot for the moon. Um, oh my gosh. I don't know if I could come up with somebody. Like, it would just be because I would want to be learning from them,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? And I feel like so I'm really trying to think of
I
somebody
feel like I might pick Barack Obama. I don't know why. I
oh my
just
God.
like
Well, you
was
just for
that
the company, just
right?
like
Wait,
you'd pick. Yeah, go
Michelle
ahead.
and Barack. Barack can be in the back seat, but not in like a criminal way.
No,
Like
no, no, no,
that
no.
room in the front.
I mean, it's just like, can I just take them to dinner? Like we don't even have to ride around. What do you mean? Can I just
Exactly.
like hang out?
But
I'll
I feel
sweep
like
their
you guys riding
floors.
around would be like chef's kiss. I think
Yeah,
it
it
would
would be
be so
amazing.
memorable.
So
Um,
good.
okay, so last question here. If your character was assigned to Pretty Little Liars, that whole case, what would she do and who would she arrest first?
I think she would arrest them all. She would shut it down immediately. Like
She would be so
I
annoyed.
oh my God. It's like I remember when I was doing press for PLL, they were like, what
Yeah.
advice would you give your characters? I was like, call the police. Just call any police and tell them the truth.
Yep.
Because you got like that's the thing. Yeah, I think she would shut that down so hard and fast. There wouldn't be a show.
There
Um,
wouldn't. There
yeah.
wouldn't. I sort of want to see Tracy Harmon go to every show, go to Suits, like all the places you've hung out, just kind of dive into there.
Oh my God, it would be hilarious to watch Tracy Harmon talk to like Mike Ross or Harvey Specter, you know what I mean?
I'd be
Tracy Harmon
very,
and I want Jessica Pearson. I want to see a
oh,
scene between Jessica Pearson and Tracy Harmon. That would
I
be
love
chef's
it.
kiss.
I love it. All right, Troian, thank you so much. I have to say, your character has such a wonderful duality to her. It's
Thank
so
you.
great to see your career like progressing and you growing as an actress. It is terrific. And guys, you need to make this your next binge watch.
Oh, thank you so much. I hope that everybody enjoys it and watches.
Woo-hoo-hoo. And they'll see my red sweater. Okay, bye guys. Thanks.
Yay!